Hi guys and welcome. In my last video I showed this here, the cam clamp. To be honest, I thought I'd made a video about it. Well, I have now. I'm going to make the body of the cam clamp and the cam lever out of some scrap MDF I have laying about. I've already set my zero position and zeroed my cut of the table, calling it -18. So here are all the parts necessary to assemble our cam clamp. We've got the pieces we've cut out. In addition to that, we have a 1/4 inch bolt and a 1/4 inch T-nut. We've got 3 countersunk screws, 2 panhead screws, 2 bolts, washers and wing nuts to go into the slots here. In preparation for assembly, I've gone through and I've drilled out the holes here which mount the clamp into my T-slots out to 8mm. That's so they suit the 8mm bolts I use on my table. You'll need to drill them out to suit your table. I've enlarged the hole in the cam here so that it can take the T-nut. I've made sure that the head of my nut fits nicely into the piece here, and I've chamfered the edge with the single hole with a piece of sandpaper, just tapered it down a little bit there, and I've drilled out or countersunk I should say, the holes that are in this piece as well. That's to make sure that these screws sit well below the surface of my stick here. We're going to start our assembly by putting the T-nut into our cam here. Now I've had this T-nut in before, so I know it'll just press in here like so. So the T-nut goes in this side of our cam, and it is just a matter of putting it in the hole and knocking it in with a hammer. Next we need to make sure that the T-nut here sits below this level here, and the easiest way to do that is just take our long stick there and make sure that this passes underneath it. To work properly, this here must be below these 2 points here. If you haven't got enough depth, then simply sand a little bit more of this material away. It should sand away reasonably quickly, or sand a bit of this here, or both. Next, I'm going to take my little strip of wood here, and I'm going to screw it to the side using our countersunk screws. You want to position it so that it is flush along this edge here. With that done, there should be a small gap just down this edge here, about 1mm, maybe a bit less. That way, if there's a little bit of dirt gets in as you're sliding something in here, it can be pushed under here and out of the way. Next, I'm going to attach the cam. Now, with this hard against the side here, and the cam in the right place, that nut will simply screw in here. So the main thing is that this here is in a position where this here can be hard against here, and then it can turn. But it has to be when this is in its position here at the, when it's not stressing this here must be flat against the side there. Next, we need to put this piece here in. Now, I'm just going to push it into place here, like so. But it needs to be tensioned correctly. So it's at, the nut is wound up tight when the cam lever is on the right hand side and this side here is bowing. With that done, we can now take our screws here and screw this piece down. And the idea behind this here is it stops the nut from unwinding. Without it, this here would just become loose. So when we're in this position here, it is a little bit loose, but as we tighten it, it tightens itself up. And that's just right. Lastly, we'll put our bolts, washer, and wing nut on. And if we've cut our slots correctly, it'll simply slide into place on our table. And there we have it, the completed cam clamp. With this now in place, you can now go about making your own backstops to use with the clamp. This is one I made a couple of years ago, and I had about 200 or so individually engraved placeholders for a wedding. And I'll show you a little bit of footage of how I used it. My apologies for the quality of the video. It's the only copy of that I've got. As you can imagine, without the cam clamp, that job would have taken forever, instead of merely seeming like it did. Each of those items was individually engraved on both sides, and each was unique as well. There are many, many more uses you can use this thing for, and I leave it up to your imagination to figure out what they are. If you'd like to make one, I'll put a link in the description box below to where you can download the files that I used to make this. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like it. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Google+. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Cheers!